So a few days ago, Marie Kondo posted a picture of my face on her Instagram. This is Marie Kondo's Instagram account, and that's me. That's me on Marie Kondo's Instagram account. That's just madness. So hey guys, and welcome to this vlog where I declutter my books. If you watched my previous minimalism vlog, which is about decluttering my magazines, I had a surprisingly awesome outcome with that. And I thought that it would make sense to then follow that by applying the same KonMari method to my books. So let me show you what my bookshelves used to look like. This is my bookshelf at the moment. I love it. I love the way it looks. Kate basically put it in colour order about 6 months ago. But also, whenever I look at it, I do have these feelings of guilt, and there are some books on this bookshelf that just jump out at me because I know that I'm never going to read them. They kind of look nice on the bookshelf, but what's the point in having them if they're just going to sit there and not get used for their purpose? And my goal is to basically get this down to 2 shelves. I'm going to try and be quite ruthless. We'll see how that goes. I feel quite nervous about this. I don't know why. I think it's because I do feel quite sentimental about a lot of these books, and the thought of having to apply the KonMari method to them, I don't know why I feel nervous about it, but I do. So the best thing to do to tackle that is just to start. Although before I started, I had one small task to do. Kate's asked me to take before and after pictures of the bookshelf. I'm pretty sure that's just because she wants to commemorate just how great it looks now. Done. As always, the first step with the KonMari method is to take everything out, and in this case it meant taking all the books off the bookshelves, and as Marie Kondo suggests, putting them all on your floor. Okay, so this is what the shelves look like now. Oh, wait. Okay, don't try this at home, kids. So I forgot about a hidden view on the top shelf. And as with my magazine vlog, where I had magazines in other places, I also had books in other places too. Here they are. In here. No! Okay, these are all my books. What I decided to do is have all of the spines of the books facing away from me, so I can't really tell, other than a few on the top, what books they are. I sort of felt like maybe that would help me to not anticipate and not develop any kind of feelings about the books before I pick them up, and I can just use that moment when I pick them up to really sort of judge how I feel about that book. But as always, I'm gonna have a reference item that I keep in front of me to compare all the other books to. A book that I know sparks joy. This is where my spines facing away from me idea doesn't work. Yeah, okay, let's go for this. This Neil Gaiman book. I went through a long period of time, years of just not being able to read fiction. I don't know why, but this Neil Gaiman book was the first fiction book that I was able to read all the way through from cover to cover. I think I read it in something like 2 days or something because it's just amazing. Right, let's get going. Then I started to go through all my books, and I held each individual book, compared it to my reference book in front of me, and asked myself if this book in my hands sparked joy or not. I created my 3 piles of keep, discard, and the all-important maybe pile. Now I know the maybe pile is the hardest pile, and it's also the one that you kind of need to keep an eye on to make sure it's not your only pile. Again, as I've said in previous vlogs, Marie Kondo doesn't really talk about a maybe pile, but I kind of feel like it's a realistic and helpful thing to have. And also, the thought that really helped me was that any books in my maybe pile that then sort of got promoted or demoted, I'm not sure which one, to the discard pile. If really later on I felt like I needed that book back and I'd maybe made a bit of a mistake, I can always reacquire that book. I can buy it, of course. I can buy it as an ebook so that I don't have the physical copy. I can borrow it from the library, I could borrow it from friends, I could buy it from a charity shop. There are so many different ways for me to get this book back into my life. And if that was the case, really the awesome thing about that is that I then know that that book really did spark joy. Anyway, back to the books. The thing that I found so much easier this time compared to in my magazine vlog was not flicking through the books. I wouldn't read the blurb and I wouldn't even really look at the book very much. I'd just tune in to how I really feel about it. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy to fight the urge to flick through some of these books, but by fighting it, the process became so much quicker and much less painful. So I carried on through my books and I ended up with not just one reference book to compare all my other books to, but 3. I spoke to you about that Neil Gaiman Neverwhere book. These are the other 2 ones. So Humans of New York, this was bought for me by my girlfriend Kate. I love it so much. It's just such a great book full of wonderful photographs. I'm starting to do a photography project that's similar to this around where I live. So check that out on my Instagram, link is down below. And the 3rd book is Shantaram. I bought this in India when I was digging elephant trenches. It was the first time that I'd been away from home by myself, and it just brings back wonderful memories of that trip and that time. It's now also the book that I take with me when I go travelling to different places, although it is massive and adds to my luggage weight. But because of that, I then have so many extra memories appended to this book as well. For example, lying on the most idyllic beach in Hawaii, getting sunburnt on my face because it was the only place that I'd forgotten to put sunblock. It sparks so much joy for me, so it's not going anywhere. Where we are now is that I've created 4 piles? 5 piles? Bear with me here. Okay, so essentially this is my discard pile. It consists of 2 columns of books, although I think you can only see 1. This here is my yes pile. I feel like I'm gonna go through them again though, and my maybe pile with these 3 in mind, and then this is the 5th pile, which is my return pile. So I adopted a more proactive pose and went through those books again, asking myself if the books really sparked joy or not. Okay, so I've added a few more onto my discard pile. I've made distinct piles for my yes pile. I don't have a maybe pile behind me anymore. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In my discard pile here, I've got 46 books. 46 books. Now I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you see them stacked up, that's quite a lot of books. I was really happy with that, so now all I had to do was put all of the books in my keep pile back onto the bookshelf in colour order. In my bid to try and put these back into colour order, I now need to then group them by colour. God, Kate, I need you right now. It turned out to not be that difficult. Okay, there were some issues. But I channeled my inner Kate and got to work on colour ordering my books. This is my bookshelf now. I've just got the 2 shelves filled with books and 2 empty shelves. They're just filled with pictures of my parents when they were younger and me on my mum's back. And then these guys down here. Yeah, that's it. So I managed to achieve those 2 shelves that I was aiming for, which is awesome. And actually there's still a little bit of space on that upper shelf for more books if I just happen to acquire more. But what I think I might do now is have a bit of a rule of sort of 1 in, 1 out, because I think that will help to maintain my book collection at a place where I'm now really happy with it. And as for my nervousness, well, I talked a bit before about feeling sentimental about some books and managing to address that sentimentality by not looking at the books too much, and also knowing that I can reacquire this book later on if I've let it go and have maybe felt like that was a bit of a mistake. But really I think a large part of it was that I kind of couldn't be asked. I don't know if that's a good thing to say or not, but the thought of taking all those books off those shelves, putting them all on the floor, just that first step felt a bit like, can I be bothered? And so I procrastinated a lot. And for anyone who's procrastinating about decluttering, I know the struggle is real. But as soon as I started, all of those feelings of hesitation and laziness, they all just immediately disappeared. So for anyone who is procrastinating on their decluttering, Number one, know that that's okay, and to be honest, I think it's kind of normal. And number two, just start. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope this vlog has been useful. Let me know if you've been decluttering your books. Has it been a very painful process? Have you found it surprisingly easy? Let me know in the comments below. And please hit that subscribe button. I've got a couple of new minimalism videos coming soon where we're not just decluttering my stuff, but my friend's stuff, and I'm super excited to get involved in that and to share it with you guys. Final thing, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you in the next vlog.